On January 8th, 2016, I cried myself to sleep. As a ripe 16-year-old, fresh into the new year, I wanted so badly for something to be different in my life, for something, anything to happen. And I cried because it was the first time I realized that there are things in this world that I can't control, that life finds a way to stay the same. But when I woke up, the tears in my eyes had dried, my face wasn't red anymore, and I was smiling. Because today was Saturday, and instead of hanging out with my friends or watching morning cartoons or even clocking in on a weekend job, I was getting a ride in my parents' Toyota Sienna to a mall that time forgot. It, admittedly, wasn't the best place. I remember for a couple months I had to enter through the downstairs department store because there was a series of shootings in the food court parking lot. They never really seemed to stop, it just became natural after a while, like something you couldn't learn if you weren't already a part of it. That's actually exactly what I started to feel about Yugioh after a while. There were all these little intricacies and interactions that I couldn't even explain, let alone try to relate or teach to someone else. Whenever I played a match, it did not feel like I was speaking another language or putting some obscure knowledge into practice. It felt like I was breathing. There was just no effort, no complications, just a pure blinding focus on letting the person sitting across from me know that I was better than them. And that's what I did for the first couple of years, because damn, was I good. Still am, I'd like to imagine. And I don't want to oversell myself. I'm as good as I am because I lost a lot. I learned how to lose. And I learned why no one teaches you how to lose. It's because at some point I changed from this cocky little dipshit into a very bitter person. One that would do all the math, countless hours looking at tiny numbers on an online calculator just to yell in the face of pure chance. I told myself that I wanted to win in spite of everything going wrong, in spite of everyone that went wrong. I'm realizing now that I wanted to win to spite them, to spite the relationships that never worked, to spite the part of me that wanted to learn why they didn't work. And that's what made that day so special. January 9th, 2016, I am the luckiest man in the room. Out of 5 random booster packs, I pull the big one. $100 in my hand on about 3 cents worth of cardboard. And I don't know what to do. At this point in my Yu-Gi-Oh career, there were countless decks I couldn't imagine playing, because they all had more than 2 digits in their price tag. And here in my hand was a single card worth more than the 3 years I'd already put into this life. And I didn't earn it. I just showed up on time. I was so used to making what little money I could funnel into this game work and stretch and hold out to its very limits that this small piece of a deck I couldn't even imagine 5 minutes ago made me afraid. It made me afraid that I'd start winning the big ones, and that I'd turn into someone who didn't know what lose meant anymore. That I just expect everything to work. And that's why I kept the card through all these years. Probably in some misguided attempt at ending this fear. What I found through this process is that time lasts forever, but it also seems to take forever. And even now, I know there is no ending for me. As a just as ripe 21-year-old almost finished with college, everything I'm surrounded by seems to be something I can't control. But just like this stupid card game that I can't pry myself away from as I wait here for something, just one fucking thing to happen. It's moments like these brief fleeting moments that I know will last forever. It's in these moments of nothing that I remind myself I've got to do my best with everything I've got.